Thank you very much for coming out to this Hydro One forum.
One of my concerns is the amount, no matter how much we do to reduce our hydro usage, the delivery charges are just very, very high, okay? And one of the other things that they've started is the sending letters out saying what you can do to improve your hydro, okay? What they're spending on that there could be used to reduce our hydro bill. And we used to have that reduction fee charge on our hydro bill. They've taken that one off and put on regular charges. You know, they took one and put another one back on, so we just need to reduce our hydro costs.
One of the biggest issues we hear about in my constituency offices is issues with electricity issues. So we had the Hydro One Ombudsman offer to come into the riding and do a Hydro One forum. So it's not all electricity issues, but for a lot of customers in Parry, Muskoka do use Hydro One. So we took her up on that offer. That's the Ombudsman FIONA CREAN, and scheduled 2 hydro forums, one in Foley that we did earlier today, and now this evening in Huntsville.
I'm just going to tell you briefly what an ombudsman is, what I do, and what I don't do. I'm the first ombudsman for Hydro One, which simply means that I'm an office of last resort. When you've got a problem with Hydro One and its services, which you need to fix try to fix with the company first, and if you can't, then you can come to my office and complain. The top typical issues are inquiries and complaints about billing errors, about collections. We get complaints about forestry. We have complaints about outages, which there are, of course, a lot in this area, I understand. So the purpose of my trip is really, I'm getting out around the province for 2 reasons. One, we just opened our office in March, so I'm on a big learning curve. And it's a complicated business, so I want to hear what people have to say, find out what I can do in terms of helping. But the second, and maybe more important reason, is I want to make sure that residents and ratepayers and citizens know that this office exists, so that if something goes wrong, they can come and get their problem fixed.
I think, like most people in Ontario, I'm struggling with the cost of hydro. I'd just like to understand why the costs are so high. Because I look at years ago, the issues were that industry was taking all the hydro. Well, we've lost so much industry in the last 15 to 20 years. I'm just struggling with why hydro rates continue to go up when it seems to me that the consumption probably is going down.
I own a couple businesses up in the Sprucedale area, small resort, gas station. I'm concerned about, obviously, delivery charges. The resort has 3 meters, so we have 3 delivery charges. We're underpowered. We're at the end of the line.
Some issues are not within her jurisdiction, so the biggest issue is just cost of hydro. But at the meeting we had in Foley, one of the interesting things that came up was delivery charges. And people, you know, they get their bill and they see that delivery charges is as much or more than the actual cost of electricity. So one of the people asking questions had done quite a bit of research and found that delivery charges in rural areas are 89% higher than in an urban area. So I didn't know that before, but that's something I learned. I knew they were high, and we certainly hear about that, but you know, a lot of other provinces don't differentiate, so maybe that's a policy change that I could take to Queen's Park to get more affordable delivery charges for people in rural areas.